Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Trueno 86 Trueno Edition, and sorry if I'm mispronouncing that because, yeah. Anyways, before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem for giving me some time with this car. This particular one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, link to the website in the description down below, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.4 liter flat four cylinder that goes through a 6-speed manual transmission. Fuel economy is 20 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 228 horsepower and then 184 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the bright red paint, definitely a sports car color. You got this big decal here on the hood, which looks cool, but it also reduces glare, which would be really beneficial if you're doing some track driving. You can see here with the headlight design, I think that looks really sharp. Got the GR badge here, and then you have the little Trueno Edition badge at the bottom. And putting it all together, the red and the black contrast I think looks really cool. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 215 by 40 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels how they're darker in coloration. We do have Brembo brakes with this package, which is really cool. You see adds to the performance. And I like the venting there, and you can see again more of the decals on the side. I notice the mirror cap blacked out. But here's your full side profile. Again, that's sports car if I've ever seen it. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We've got the opening for the trunk, and yeah. Popping into said trunk, got quite a bit of storage space. I like the little custom cover there, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a smaller car, but for a smaller car, I think it's pretty decent with the space. And then, plop, pretty easy. They're going hard on these decals here on the outside. And then look at the spoiler here. And then you can see with the cool taillight design. And then you got the double exhaust tip set up at the bottom. But putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks of this, but I think this looks pretty sweet. Now popping inside, I love this trim here at the top, and then you can see soft touch down below. Here's a closer look at it with the red stitching that goes throughout. Got our window controls, front two windows are automatic. And then look at these seats with the red. That's really cool looking. They are manually adjustable. And this still does have back seats for those of you that are wondering. Even though it's kind of more of like a performance-oriented 86, it's still got some practicality. And then we do have really cool looking pedals at the bottom. And then this is really cool, you do get a plaque as well, so it tells you you're limited to 860 units. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. You got some red stitching there at the bottom, GR logo, which is really cool. Got practical controls like our cruise control. You've got volume controls, and then you can see the regular stocks here on the back. And then we've got the cool 86 gauge cluster. My favorite part is when you pop it into the track mode, it changes the look of the gauge cluster. I think that's fun. In reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. And then, as for the rest of the infotainment system, it kind of looks like an aftermarket unit. It's obviously from the factory, responds quickly, but yeah, it's got that aftermarket unit type vibe, I guess you could say. I like this trim here, and then the dash is actually soft touch, which is interesting. And then down below, got our climate controls here. Looks like we got dual zone climate, which is a nice feature to have. Let's see all the rest of the controls. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to capture this on camera. We'll try my best. There you go. On the shifter too. So many logos. But yeah, 6-speed manual with this car. Got a brake here. You got your stability control and track mode, all of that. Heated seats. And the cup holder center console. It's kind of interesting how that functions. And then just a regular glove box. And I forgot to mention the door panel is also red. That's another cool look as well. So here's our window sticker for this special edition. You can see that everything's standard with this special edition. And oh, I guess a couple things. Quick charge cable. Anyways, $35,954 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before you set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, and hopefully you can kind of see through the rear. Anyways, let us set off in this special edition 86. I popped in today to review a Supra, and sadly the Supra, well, not sadly, but the Supra sold. So we're doing the 86 today. I will have a Supra review in the somewhat near future though, hopefully. So regardless, this is still a cool car. I never expected to actually be able to review one of these because, you know, usually with these special edition Toyotas, they just don't ever exist here in Utah, I feel like. I shouldn't say that, but it's, I don't know, they don't make that many of them, and, you know, Utah's a small state, small market, so we usually don't get, not usually, but sometimes we don't get the cooler cars with some manufacturers. But anyways, drives like an 86. Shocking. It's fun. The shifter's really notchy into the gates, so that feels great. And it's actually pretty comfortable. That's the thing that is, I think, a difference between the 86 and the Mazda Miata. And I do want to get a comparison in the future. Hopefully I can put that together. It's hard though, because both those cars, not a lot of them available in Utah. But anyways, it's just a little bit more daily drivable than the Miata when it comes to ride quality and all of that. But it is still a little sports car, so it is going to be firmer than, you know, cars that most, you know, everyday people are going to be driving and all of that. Now, aside from the ride quality, steering's really sharp. Really, really sharp. Yeah, it's nice. Also, why are they doing sprinklers at 12? This is like the worst time to water stuff, because you lose most of it to evaporation. Wasting water! Let's actually put it in the track mode. Oh, I actually already had it in the track mode. Relatively easy to throttle, relatively easy. Would take a second though to kind of get the heel toe perfect with this car. Not because of the pedals, but just the engine, to kind of get used to how this engine revs. Yeah, that's wonderful. The handling's great, and this feels like more than enough power. It's not, I wouldn't call it like a super fast car by any means, but it feels like it's got enough power. It's solid. I'm actually pretty impressed. Yeah, I like this shifter. So, is this worth it? You know, it depends. I think if you're getting the car over the short term, I don't know. If you're gonna keep the car for a while, yeah, getting a special edition, I've said this in the past, because it's not like this is a huge price premium over a loaded up 86. There's a little bit, but not a huge one. And so it's like you get the special edition, so you have a car that looks cooler, that feels more unique. So then, again, if you're gonna keep it for a long period of time, you don't get the fatigue that sometimes happens when you see, like, if you get a car and then you see a bunch of it all over, there can be kind of like a little bit of a fatigue with that car, because you don't, you know, again, if you buy something like this, right, it's something that's a little bit more special for you, you kind of don't feel, it doesn't feel so special anymore. Whereas this, I mean, you're like here in Utah, for example, you're probably never going to see another one. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't think that, I rarely see 86s in general, but you know, this special edition, yeah, you're probably just, you're not gonna see one. And so I think that's kind of what also adds to it. And then yeah, if you do actually plan on track driving your 86, then yeah, having the better brakes is going to help out. And then having that decal on the hood with glare on the track, that's also going to help out as well. So let me know what you guys think about this special edition 86, and let me know if you think if it's worth it or not.